Reggie, you were first. Hi. Do you like the title of my broadcast, guys? It says, stock market's weird. One guy sells, another buys, and they both think that they're the smart one. You know? That is really a great way to summarize the way that the stock market works. So, hello. Happy day after Easter to you as well. Easter Monday, I think it says on my Google Calendar, which I never knew was a thing before, but Google Calendar always teaching me new things. You can learn something from everyone. Thank you, Reggie. First comment and first super hearts of the broadcast. Like a boss. Hi, Tia. Big shout out to Juicy for sending $143 right before I hit go live on this broadcast. Love you. Thank you. So awesome. I am just loving life right now. Prashant, hi. Tia, you were the first comment over on YouTube. Prashant, good to see you on YouTube. Hi, Ed, my love. My day was good. I got this. So I have this. This is not related to investing. So first, let me just tell you guys what we're focusing on today. We are going to be talking about value investing, like I've been talking about for a little over a year now. Actually, we're pretty much at a year and a half that I've been studying this and sharing information on this topic on both my Periscope channel, where I go live every single day, which is like Twitter live. Same username everywhere, NextJuice. I'm also live on YouTube, and I've been sharing most of these things on both platforms. There was a little bit of confusion with getting live on YouTube, so you guys on YouTube missed a couple episodes, but Periscope's my #1 platform, so make sure you're following me there, but also you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I said in my last broadcast, which was actually a meditation broadcast, kind of gives you some insight into how many different types of content that I do. I'm a yoga teacher. I do exercises, workouts, yoga, book reviews. I love to read. I have a book open in my lap right now called Poor Charlie's Almanac, which is actually a book about Charlie Munger, who is the investor who a lot of these topics or a lot of this type of investing is based off of. And I just do a lot of different types of content, ASMR, game shows, so many things. So on YouTube, you can find the broadcasts that I do categorized into different playlists. So if you don't really like everything that I do, that's cool. We all have our different interests. What's the chances that you're interested in exactly all of the same things that I am? Probably pretty slim. So if you go on my YouTube channel, you can find a playlist of all my investing related broadcasts if that's really what you're into. Keep in mind, I am a live streamer. I go live every single day on Periscope, on Twitter live, and the nature of live streaming is that there's a live audience, there's live engagement. We are a community. That's what Nex in NextJuice means. It's the nexus. It's a connected group of people. So I do read the comments and I do engage. And sometimes people want to talk about something not exactly related to the topic, and I do entertain that for now, unless there's a lot of people trying to, get right into the meat. So I'll briefly tell you what we're going to be doing, and then I'm going to answer that question, which is just a simple, how was your day? I like to tell you everything about my day, because there's so many things to say. Okay, so this broadcast, what the intention of the broadcast will be, is to run a valuation on Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, because that's a pretty hot topic, much talked about stock at this very moment. And one of my friends, Chris Thompson, who's a supporter right there, CT Thompson, wanted to know if I thought this would be a good stock for him to invest in. So I have to remind everyone, hey, JB Neat, how are you? Are you a drink and I take you neat? Is that how it works? Hi, Ben John, welcome to Periscope. Michael, thanks for sharing this out. So he had asked me for, some advice. Now, keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. I am not certified or qualified. I have no licenses and really no right to tell you what you should do with your money. So everything that I'm talking about is for entertainment, it's for education. We're all learning together, growing together. I'm very new to investing myself. I don't have that much money even invested in the stock market. The stock market is the only place I have money invested, and the vast majority of it, something like 81% of it, is invested in VTI, which is the Vanguard Total Market Index Fund, which is an ETF, exchange-traded fund that is basically a compilation that's supposed to mimic the market. So I basically just invest in the market as a whole. Someone else manages exactly what companies I'm invested in at what amounts for about a 0.3% transaction fee that goes to Vanguard. So when we look at these individual companies, it's for fun. It's for, it's out of our interest. We're nerds, right? We're geeks. A lot of us in this community, we like to look at numbers. We like to look at stocks. It's really not it's not something where I'm like giving you advice that you should invest in any one of these particular stocks. But I do find it interesting. So I read a few books about How to Invest by Phil Town and Danielle Town. That's his daughter. They do a great podcast called Rule 1 Investing if you'd like to learn more from them directly, straight from the horse's mouth. And I just basically am learning what they are teaching and then sharing it with you guys because I find it interesting. So Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines was a company that I was interested in checking up on, and he was also interested in checking up on. And I promised him that tonight I would run numbers on at least one of the companies that we were both interested in. And really Royal Caribbean was the biggest one that we're both interested in. And then I ran some numbers right before this broadcast on my own portfolio and investing and realized that I'm already at my max risk threshold of individual companies. So what I mean by that is that I'm comfortable investing anywhere from 10 to 20% of my investment portfolio into individual companies that I hand select and choose myself. I've only really hand selected one company to invest in outside of a mutual fund or outside of an ETF, and that was Twitter. And when I bought Twitter, it was $18 at the end of 2017, and it's gone up so substantially that it's become a much larger portion of my portfolio than it once was. And I was previously married, and that gentleman that I was married to I trusted him with some of my money, and I had him put a bunch of my money into also individual independent companies before I knew much. Don't mind my space heater. I'm a little cold. I run a little cold. I had him basically put money into a bunch of companies that are not doing so well, but that all those companies together have made up, at this point, right before this broadcast, it was 18.6% of my portfolio. So that's too close to 20% for my comfort. I'm not going to be investing in any more individual stocks until there's some changes, until I've gotten more money into the ETF, and then feel more comfortable picking individual stocks. So this is actually going to be the last one of these independent company valuations that I run just out of my own curiosity. If you go to my website, you'll see, if you click the link in the profile, nextjuice.com/support, you'll see that if you do I believe it's $50 contribution or higher towards the channel, you can basically pick a broadcast that I do. And if you want, you could pick a company that I run a valuation on and I share it live. Again, this is my own interests and opinions, and this is my own experience, and I'm not very experienced at all. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning live. So the numbers even that I run, sometimes you'll see I go, oh, you know what, I'd actually rather use these numbers, and I'll change up the whole structure. So take everything I say take it with a teaspoon of salt, because it is not professional advice by any sense or stretch of the term. I like to learn, and I like to learn live, and I like to share what I'm learning with you guys. Hey, Pat. Yeah, so we're going to look at Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. What do you mean by that, Shahid? So what are you saying, that you have some advice? Hey, Galaxy. You only invest in ETF. Yeah, Mr. So Far Gone. So even the top investors in the world, like Warren Buffett himself, says, if you don't know what you're doing, just invest in mutual funds and just invest in the market as a whole, because then you don't have to constantly be researching stocks and listening to all the quarterly calls and reading all the annual reports and studying the company so intimately that as if you were an actual owner, because you own a share of that company. You own a piece of it. So when you own it by yourself, without, like a market, like a hedge fund basically managing it for you, then you're responsible for it, which means it takes quite a bit of work. Now, Phil Town would disagree with me on that. He says it's like 15 minutes a day. For me, I'm a curious person. I like to read and research and get into the nitty-gritty of things, and it would take me significantly longer than 15 minutes a day to really, to my level of expectation, adequately research those companies and own them by myself. So the vast majority, 80 to 90% of my portfolio is going to be in ETFs, mutual funds. It's a safe bet. It's, as safe as any bet can be. And the market over the last 100 years has returned about 7% per year. So that's what I'm looking at. Playing it safe, it's long-term buy and hold investing. So value investing, what we're talking about here today, is trying to buy $10 bills for $5. You're trying to find a really good company that has a lot of meaning to you. You can understand the company. You're interested and curious about the company. You like the management of the company. You feel like it has a lot of strong competitive advantages. You'll hear me refer to them as moats against their competition. The company is the castle, and they build moats to protect their brand and company against the competition. You want a really great company, and you want it for a really great price. And you're more often going to spend a fair price on a great company than a great price on a fair company that may or may not be, it may or may not have a long track record. That's the value investing way. It's not glitzy, it's not glamorous, it's not exciting, it's not day trading, it's not Forex, it's not speculative. It's, the lightest amount of speculation that you could get it's in terms of investing. So it is basically your grandma's investing, probably. So if you're looking for overnight riches, I don't have that for you. I don't know how to do that. I'm not sure many people do. And if someone says that they can teach you how to get rich overnight for a hefty fee, realize that you're helping them to get rich overnight and probably not yourself. Buy index funds and then watch Netflix. The Federal Reserve is pumping billions into the market. And then watch Netflix. I thought you meant watch Netflix stock. Now I realize you mean like literally just chill and watch Netflix. So I did post a tweet before, two posts before this one, where I shared a YouTube video of a doctor who talks about why sitting down watching TV and being stuck in your house is actually really bad for your health. So in terms of health, your physical and mental health, outside of your wealth, it's important because, you don't want to be the richest man in the graveyard, like Steve Jobs said. So don't sit down and watch Netflix for too long. That's a little advice outside of investing and wealth. Hey there, Galaxy, how's it going? Merhaba, Turkey. Buffett's best friend. Yes, yep, Charlie Munger, that's right. Hey guys. Twitter fairly valued? Yeah, I would say no. Okay. Okay, Dutchie. Galaxy, and you're rude now, so I guess we've all changed, huh? Am I talking about turnips? No, I didn't realize that you could only buy turnips in Animal Crossing from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Sundays. So I logged on yesterday for Bunny Day afternoon and never got to buy turnips. I've never bought turnips before on there. I'm still very new to that game. Buy some stock in strawberry milkshakes because I just had one for my birthday. Okay, so Austin is in the chat giving great investment advice. So happy birthday. Let's all sing happy birthday to Austin real quick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Austin. Happy birthday to you. Hi, Kyle. My portfolio is like 81%. It's like 81.5% in VTI, Vanguard Total Market Index Fund. And then I don't know I didn't break down the actual percentages of the other ones. So the only other stock that I chose was Twitter, which I actually closed my brokerage page down. So I don't know the exact percentages, but the other percentages are in Twitter, and then a bunch of gold mining stocks that my ex put money into, which are not performing well. Hi, Hayden. How often do I play the piano? Pretty much never, Jenna. Pretty much never, although I was thinking about it the other day. I'm reading this book, I think you know, about mindset and how, like, sometimes people such as myself, if we have more of a fixed mindset, we don't want to do things that we know that we're bad at. We really like to do things we're good at, which is why I like to live stream and I like to read and I like to talk because these are things I think I'm really good at. And then there's that, which is very intimidating because I know I'm not good at it. I used to be good at it when I was a kid and I got away from it and I forget everything, and when I play it I'm not very good and I'm like, it's not really my one thing, so it doesn't really get done. Boeing. I don't think I will. So Jordan says, I'll kick myself in 2 years if I don't buy Boeing now. See, I'm not a person who lives with regrets. I am very conscious. I'm not going to invest in a company when I'm already maxed out. And okay, so here's the reason that I want to keep my portfolio to 10 to 20% in individual stocks and the rest in the total market. Because 90% of investors who are invested in individual companies fail to outperform the market. This means that the market, as I said, which goes up on average about 7% per year, or has done so over the last 100 years, no one knows the future, but historically goes up on average about 7%. It's a little bit more than inflation, right? So if you just save your money, you're going to lose on average 2 to 3% per year on inflation. Who knows how this pandemic and this economic situation is going to affect all of that and all these stimulus packages and all this money being printed. I know there's a meeting of the banks. I think that was happening today, the World Banks today or sometime this week. So who knows how all of that's going to affect this. I cannot predict the future, but I do know that I feel the safest bet is to keep a small percentage, like 10 to 20%. I personally would like it to be 10%. I got kind of lucky with Twitter. Twitter pretty much doubled, and now it's closer to 20% of my investment portfolio. So I'm not going to buy more stocks, and I'm not going to be upset if some stock that I could have bought, if I, hindsight's 2020. So in 2 years, if Boeing's doing great, and I was like, oh, if I bought that 2 years ago, I'd be rich now. I shouldn't have bought it because there's no way of knowing the future. There is no way. Jordan does not know the future, even though he's very confidently stating that he does. And maybe it will be great, and maybe you should buy it. Maybe oil is a great buy right now too. But for me, my portfolio is maxed out, and I'm not trying to put additional money into individual stocks. So I'm only doing this individual valuation tonight on Royal Caribbean for my friend Chris. Hi Hayden. Yeah, no, when I'm live from my computer, Periscope doesn't have the feature turned on where you can actually I love this. Okay, sorry, where you can call in. So Shaheen on YouTube said, okay, put 100% of your portfolio in the NASDAQ 100, which actually doesn't perform as good as the total market over a long period of time historically, but it's very close. It still performs better than probably, 85% of investors or something like that. He said, and then go do some exercise instead of Netflix. I love that. Adapted, right? He read me. This is something I was studying today from Ty Lopez, which is you read the person that you're interacting with, then you adapt, so you do a little experiment, you say something, you read their reactions and how they respond, and then you adapt, and then you act, read, adapt, respond, something like that. You're gonna get a keyboard? Nice. I am, Jenna, I am. Thanks, Galaxy. I cashed out into a fixed Vanguard fund. What do you mean you cashed out? You mean you put all of your portfolio into that? Fixed Vanguard fund? What do you mean by fixed? Hey, Tim, thank you. 4 a.m. Oh my gosh, you can't sleep? Watch my broadcast right before this one. That meditation, that might help you fall asleep. I don't know. I might be low-key tipsy. Jenna, I honestly was going to drink tonight, and then the day just went by. So earlier in the broadcast, Reggie said, how was your day? And I haven't answered that yet, so I'm going to answer that now. I had to, for my sociology class, for 10% of my grade, I had to watch a 2-hour-long movie and then answer some questions about it. So the movie was called Not Without My Daughter, and it's about it's Sally Field is in it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's about this girl named Betty and her husband Mahmoudi, I believe his name is. He's Persian, he's from Iran, and they're married for 7 years in America. She's never been to Iran, and he's all frustrated. He wants to go see his family. They're yelling at him on the phone all the time. They miss him. They want to see him. So he says, okay, we should really go. And she's like, I don't want to. I'm afraid, because there's a lot of tensions between America and Iran at this point. I don't know that it's very different today, but this is 30 years ago, which is crazy to think about. So the movie's from 1991, and they didn't have to, but they went to Iran with their young daughter, and then they were supposed to be for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, and they go, and he swears on the Holy Quran that nothing bad will happen, and then they're going to come home back to America, and then the 2 weeks go by, and he basically says, no, we're not leaving, we're staying here. And she tries to escape, and they tell her that in Iran, when you marry an Iranian man, according to Iranian law, you become, and I don't know if this is still true, but you become an Iranian citizen instantly. So you may still be an American citizen, but you are an Iranian citizen. So you can't really just leave to American based on the fact that you're an American citizen, and that many American women were in this position. I don't know if this stands true to this day, but 30 years ago, this is how it was. And it kind of just showed that family's situation and her trying to escape with her daughter. And I don't think anyone's probably going to go watch this movie from 1991. If you haven't already watched it, I'm about to spoil it, so you might want to leave. They do eventually escape through a very long, arduous, confusing, tumultuous kind of journey through multiple countries via cars and trucks and jeeps, and they can't fly out. So just really kind of an interesting movie. I had to watch that movie, and then I had to answer questions about that. So that took a big chunk of my day, because it was a 2-hour-long movie, and I had to type up all the responses to it, and it's a big portion of my grade, so I made sure that I was thorough, and one question alone needed 3 full paragraphs, blah, blah, blah. So I got that done. Then it's every Monday, I get back to all of my messages, comments, and notifications on all the social media platforms that I'm active on. So I did that. After then, had dinner with Ed. Went live in the private group for a little while, did a meditation broadcast before this, and now I'm here. So I'm feeling really good. I did study a couple of Tai Lopez's programs, the VIP program. I watched a couple videos on there while I was doing something. Learned how to do a men's haircut for my sister, who's a hairdresser. I didn't actually do one, but I watched her do a video. I'm like all about learning. I'm just feeling really hungry for knowledge. Yesterday I was learning about Hare Krishna from Claudia Bethy, who was broadcasting on Periscope yesterday. I'm just loving it. I have this book. I was like looking at this book before I went live. Charlie Munger's Poor Charlie's Almanac. I'm just like, I want all the information in my head. Okay. So my day was good. What's my take on blue chip stocks? So that's kind of what Shahid was saying about the NASDAQ 100. So it's like the top 100 companies, the largest companies, and you can invest in like an S&P 500, if you want, which performs roughly the same as the total market, but over a long period of time, the market has ever so slightly, like 1% or so, outperformed the top 500 companies. So it's your choice. I don't invest in them, but I mean, it makes sense too. And most of your total market funds will be invested in a lot of blue chip stocks, obviously, because they dominate the market and they represent a large portion of the market. Shahid, you are such a cool person. Shahid says, I think you and Russell Hantz would make a great duo for Survivor podcasts. You should reach out to him. Isn't he like anti-Survivor? Didn't he say that Survivor totally ruined his life and he hates it and he'll never go back on? I mean, would he really broadcast with me about it? I don't really even like Russell Hantz. Sorry, Russell, if you're watching this, which I'm sure you're not. Thank you, Tim. I do not know the future, no. I meant you as in everybody watching, not just you. Just my non-professional advice. I got you, Jordan. Show juice. I don't have any juice. This is the juice. This channel is the juice. Do you ever have those farts that you don't know if you're going to fart or if you're going to poop? Yes, I do. Bad business Pete says, Bish, what do you know? I know nothing. Can you teach me? I'm really all about learning right now. Max out and lump. The first coronavirus pickup line I've ever heard. Hey girl, are you the coronavirus? Because you take my breath away. Shout out to 438 for having the funniest comment of the broadcast so far. Hi, machinist. You're maxed out with one company and giving advice. I'm maxed out with one company. As I said, if you must have been late, troll daddy. I'm not giving advice. We're just talking, hanging out. You don't have to be here if you're gonna be a hater. Huawei girl, meet you again. Huawei girl? I'm not a Huawei girl. I don't have a Huawei phone. That's Danny Bruno you're thinking of. He's the Huawei girl. He has started his own YouTube channel where he does Survivor episode predictions and recaps. Oh, that might be fun. I should reach out to him. I like that idea. Where am I going to write that? I'm going to put it in my Google Calendar. Google Calendar. Dun, 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 dun. Reach out to Russell Hantz. For YouTube, or not YouTube, for Survivor, if I can spell, recap shows. Boom, baby. That's fun. Let's do that. I like it. I'm down for it. Okay. Ooh, let's just block this person. We're back to blocking again. We ain't got no time for that. Do I want to be your girlfriend? No. You don't have to mute that though, Hayden. Let's not be too intense. What's raffle? What's raffle? Are you asking me what a raffle is? I'm not running any raffles. A raffle is like a contest. Are these donations for a nonprofit you're running? No, I don't run any nonprofits. These are the people who keep this channel alive. These are contributors to this channel, to this content you're watching now. These people like it. They find value in it and they support it so that you can enjoy it for free. Unless you're sitting there and you support, in which case, thank you so freaking much. Hi, Kai? Kai. Hello, Kai. The stock market right now is in a bad place. So a crisis is often an opportunity, for buying if, you consider something like this a buyer's market. You don't want to sell at the bottom, right? You want to buy at the bottom. So if there's an event that makes the market go down significantly, that's considered a buyer's market. So much new stuff. What's QQQ? And then someone else said Qualcomm. I don't know. Power Shares QQQ Trust Series 1. I don't know what that is. I Googled it. I don't know. Hi, Tressa. Did you reach out to Rob Sestrino? No, let's put him on the list too. We are adding things to the calendar. I like this. Rob Sesternino, is that how you say it? He's not going to want to come hang out with me if I can't even say his name. Rob Sesternino. I did watch some of his broadcasts. I feel like he doesn't read the YouTube or the Periscope comments, though. Am I right about that? Spider and QQQ might be mutual funds also. Spider? If you do a podcast with Russell, can I be a special guest? I love that man. Unfortunately, when we're on like this, like if I was on split screen with him, I wouldn't be able to have special guests because Periscope doesn't allow that. And I don't think YouTube does either. I'm new. What's next, Juice? It's this channel. It's a connected group of people who value positivity. Nice to meet you. Welcome, Kai. I've actually been watching some videos about a girl named Kai. Not about her, but she's in them. Her name's Kai L. She's a yoga teacher, and I actually have her children's book on my Amazon wish list called The Quiet Clam, which I'd like to read to my children because she's a yoga teacher in LA, and it's fun to support each other in that way. What night do I do Family Feud? Usually Fridays or Saturday nights, but no promises because I like to do what I like to do. It's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. And my last game night, which I ran for 3 hours, literally I made 2 cents in Super Hearts. And I don't think I got any contributions on the website. So that made me not want to do games for a while now. Hello, Chapulin. How are you? Trolls are out tonight. Woo! Yeah, Troll Daddy! Did I ever drop a deuce in the forest? Yes, I have gone camping. Have you gone camping? What you goons buy? I'm not going to buy anything. We've already been over that. I'll donate $10 if you play pub trivia over Family Feud every Friday night at 11 Central Time. Indefinitely? I can't make that kind of promise. $10 is not enough for that. Troll gang. Gang, 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 gang. All right, stop. Let's do Royal Caribbean. Let's get to it. All right, so I have made my... Don't freak out, okay? You're going to see a lot of numbers. Just breathe. Just breathe. Hayden, I'm in real time. I'm in real time. All right, so these are the numbers from Viacom CBS, the last company that we evaluated, also the home of the lovely Survivor, which some of us have been talking about during this broadcast. So I'm going to clear the numbers on these guys. And that's what I do. I just make I think I said this last time, I should just have like a blank page so that I don't have to make copies each time. But then I stopped doing this for like a year and then I'll forget again. So like I said, no promises. I try not to make promises. All right. Why are there still numbers? Aha, that's why. I was not at the top. Hello, Troll Daddy, what's your complaint? Yes, forward all complaints to my manager of trolls. His name is Hayden. He's in charge. Just forward all complaints to him. You have several complaints? Oh, good. Hayden, you have your work cut out for you tonight. And all this stuff was only true for Viacom. Oh, yeah, and then I got all triggered because I wanted these to be the same color. Okay, good. Payback time price. We have delete. And delete these. And delete this. Cool. Cool. All right. Now we can see that Royal Caribbean right now is at $33.37. Let's take a look at that over the last 6 months. Still looking like it is pretty low. It's experienced a couple little bumps there, but it's still down from quite significantly from where it was just over the past year. Actually looks like a historic low. I don't know about historic, but it's a low for the past 5 years. It's not quite a historic low, but it hasn't been this low since, where is it right now? Right there. Since roughly 2013. So that's pretty good. I like that. Okay, so let us pull up their annual report. So we're going to look up RCL annual report. Okay, so this is what we land on. We'll go into Royal Caribbean Investors, close that. Oh, it tells you the stock price right on there. That's a cool little thing. Okay, financial info. Webcasts and presentations. Oh no, here we go. SEC filings. That's what we want. No, you know what? I'm doing it the way that I always do it, the hard way. Let's just do it through the NASDAQ. We learned this already. Let's do this. NASDAQ.com. That's What's happening right now? Oh, thank you, Gracie. Gracie is blessed. Thank you for the super hearts. You have just blessed me. I love that. It's like this whole concept of paying it forward, right? I'm blessed. I'm going to bless other people. I love that, Gracie. You're awesome. Okay. So, the numbers, Mason? What do they mean? Taylor, oh, wait, I already read that. 30 years from now, I want you to still be doing Family Feud. David, well, hopefully Family Feud's still around so they can come out with new questions. This is a minefield for you. Gotta watch the replay. A minefield for what? What do you mean, trolls? $1 trillion surplus. Yeah, for Viacom CBS. But it was very volatile. I don't know if you saw the history of those numbers. Let me pull up my sheet on that. It's kind of all over the place, which made me not want to buy something like that. So you can see their, like, let's just look at just their net profit, right? So it goes down between 2014 and 2015, it drops 50%, then it drops another 10%, then it goes up 84%, then it goes up another almost 50%, then it drops 4%. It's like, what the heck? Look at these numbers. I said we were just gonna look at one. Okay, so this is a revenue increase of 1%, 4%, 100% increase in revenue, then 2%, 2%. This is not the kind of stock I want to invest in. This is not the kind, what I would like, my ideal stock is like 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, or more, obviously, increase each year. You know, I don't want this like minus 50% plus 100% kind of nonsense. I cannot call in as of right now. Damn it, Hayden, that is not my official first complaint. I don't support her, so she won't listen. That's half true. Hi, Aiden. I do listen. I just don't always react. I don't act, with someone named Troll Daddy's best interest in mind, most likely. These are not the numbers of COVID-19 cases. Welcome to the next juice. Make sure you follow and donate all your money. Shut up. Don't scare people away. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Hi, Grape Crush. You can listen to him sometimes, but not in this instance. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this. Why am I bringing it back up on the screen? Because we're going to get rid of it. All right, so if we go to NASDAQ.com, just so you can do this yourself if you want. Ooh, 3 moves Warren Buffett has made so far amid the coronavirus. I would like to read this. We are going to read some news together now. I don't care about cookies. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Here are 3 things we know for a fact that have changed with Berkshire's stock portfolio and overall financial situation and what they might mean. Sold some of its airline stocks. Sold almost 13 million shares of Delta and 2.3 million shares of Southwest Airlines. Interesting. So this is interesting because a lot of people were telling me to buy Delta, and typically you want to like copy people who are really good at this, right? So like if they're selling it, you don't necessarily want to buy it. Now, they could be selling it and they're going to buy it when it gets to what they think is a low or what they think it's on sale. But there's some reason they might think that they wanted to sell this off. JB, thank you for the super hearts. So one of my personal philosophies, which is actually kind of like a Rule 1 investing, Phil Town, Danielle Town concept, and they mimic all of their concepts and ideas off of the way that Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, who we're reading about right now, and Charlie Munger, whose book I have in my lap. It's a big book. It's like an encyclopedia. I'm going to read comments in a moment. They try to model their value investing strategy on those 2 guys who are very successful comparatively to the rest of the market. They've consistently outperformed the market over a long period of time. So one of the first steps towards picking a company, if you are going to invest in a company outside of a fund, would be a company that has meaning to you, something that you would want to own. So you don't want to own just a few shares of a company if you wouldn't want to own the whole company. So you want to find something that you're passionate about, because you do have to research it a lot. You have to research the management. You have to research their moats. You have to run a full valuation and read all their financial reports. You have to keep in tabs on the company once you own it. You have to read their reports. You have to listen to their quarterly calls. You have to keep tabs in kind of in the know on what's going on with that company. So you don't want it to, personally, I don't want it to be some company that I'm not interested in, following these strategies. So Delta is one that I've had negative experiences with as a consumer in the past. Actually, Southwest Airlines as well, only Southwest not as much. Delta, American Airlines, no. I do not enjoy using those airlines. So why would I want to own a company that I won't even buy their product, right? I've had a negative experience with them as a customer. So that's not really a company that I want to then go invest in and say, hey, here's some of my money. I'm sure you're doing a great job, when I feel like, no, I don't like this company. So a company that I do like, my favorite airline to fly, which also crashed with all the airlines, is JetBlue. So JetBlue is a company that I would potentially look at if I was looking to invest more money in individual stocks right now, which I'm not, so I'm not going to actually look into them. But if I was a very wealthy person, I had a lot of cash laying around to invest, JetBlue is one of the airlines that I would personally look into. So thank you, Kyle. You too. Carnival Cruise Line is another one that a lot of people are looking at. So I've only ever been on one cruise. It was with Steph Taylor Live. Some of you remember that from 2 Novembers ago. And it was Royal Caribbean. So that's the only one I'm going to look at because it's the only one I have any experience with. And it does have some small level of meaning to me. I think the whole Coco Cay thing they have going on, they're promoting that a lot. They're advertising a lot. I think they have a lot of potential to get a lot of traffic to that island when this pandemic kind of, when the curve flattens. Get in line. Talk about harvesting losses. Harvesting losses. Oh, I thought you meant like losses in the farm industry. That is funny. Okay, good analytics. Thank you, JB. My grandfather made millions in the market. Awesome, Daniel. That's great. So did he invest billions? That was another one of the jokes I was thinking about using as the title of this broadcast, was like, if you want to make, I forget what it was, like if you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars in the stock market, invest millions, which is like actually true on a percentage scale in some way, but also just kind of meant to be a joke. I think it was, what is his name? Oh, the guy that owns Virgin Airlines, Richard Branson, is that his name? He said something like, if you want to become a millionaire, then just become a billionaire and then buy an airline. I love that. Another fun little wealth joke. All right, let me catch up on some of these comments here. Oh, mighty next juice, may I receive my paycheck now? I'm starving and thirsty. Any amount will help. Do you want me to come bring some fruits to your island? Hayden, did you just boot me? I'll quietly leave if you just ask. He didn't boot you, did he? Content is funny. I bought Chevron a couple weeks ago, made like 20% in 2 weeks. Win some, lose some. Yeah, that's great, David. That's great. Okay. Catching up. Stocks. You're better off buying condiments. The US dollar is on a ventilator. What do you think is going to replace the US dollar? How can I make $100,000 before next year? Probably a company, maybe even a service-based business, because products right now are struggling. Imports, exports, all that is questionable. So service-based business is probably your best bet in making 6 figures. But if you're going to start it this year, your chance of making 6 figures, the first quarter's gone. So good luck. You're going to need a whole lot of it. Airlines are definitely hurting right now, and a lot of elbow grease. Okay. All right. Hello. Ila Vivu. Okay. Thank you, Fluffinburger. You're also pretty. Even the lotto is volatile. Did you say even the lottery is volatile? Wait. What do you mean by that? Please explain. I'm going to read YouTube comments here in a minute too. Bojing? Why is Bojing so hot? I like how you say Boeing. There's no J in it, but that's okay. Why is it so hot? Because it crashed. So when when companies experience some type of threat to their future, their stock price will typically drop. And when it drops, people are excited about buying it because it's now cheaper. So it's like getting something on sale. It's like there's like some donuts, you really want these donuts, and they're about to go bad, so they put them on clearance. You're like, yes, it's a perfect time to buy donuts if you're going to eat them all in one day. Anyway, if you know what you're doing, you can get very wealthy off the stock market. Would you ever invest in adrenochrome? I don't know what that is. It sounds familiar, though. Is that one of those dark web things? Cruise lines are losing so much money right now. Are any cruise lines owned by USA companies? I'm not sure. What is the least volatile stock? A total market index fund. It's as volatile as the market. All I want is 1 Bitcoin. It's all I want. So why don't you get one? Branson. Fibonacci sequence. Thank you for the super hearts. Your boyfriend seems like he knows what he's doing in the market. Are you talking about real estate? My boyfriend doesn't own any stocks. Crypto, it can be easily tracked and there's no cross-contamination, it'll be an excuse to track us. They're already tracking us. I like volatility. It means potential opportunity. Man love, hello. Nice picture. My friend has the same picture. It means potential opportunity. Yeah, I mean, yeah, your upside, your downside, yeah. Okay. My favorite color is so obvious. All right, so let me catch up here. JT, thank you for subscribing. They will get government money if they're not flagged in another country. Which companies are you talking about? Russell Hance interacts with viewers in the live chat, and he needs a good host. I would love to work with him. I exist outside of time. I am God. Worship me. All hail Tony McNuberson. McNuberson. What a great name. All right. I know, Amy Johnson. I know. You keep telling me. It's fine. I'm not on my period right now, so I don't have any stored up for you. I keep forgetting to jar it for you. I thought the blockchain was impenetrable. Impenetrable? Why would you think that? Come on. Don't be sheeple. What am I talking about? I'm reading comments right now. Bitcoin is going to halve in about a month, just saying. BA is on sale for a reason, though. 737 MAX is a huge concern in liability. Risk. Yeah. The engines, or what was it, failing? Invest in FedEx if Trump is killing USPS. You think Trump's killing USPS? Okay. Let's try to steer this ship back into the correct path. Now, let's go back to reading about Warren Buffett. I felt much happier then. All right. It may be easy to think that he's losing faith in his airline investments. It's important to mention these sales were relatively small parts of the company's airline investments and could have simply been for regulatory reasons. It's more of a regulatory burden to own more than 10% of any publicly traded company. The only reason Berkshire was required to disclose the sales is that it owned more than 10% of each airline before selling shares. After the sales, Berkshire owns a bit less than 10% of each, so these could have been purely to achieve this goal. Interesting. Bye, Troll Daddy. I'll miss you. This is not politics. Oh, you want to get into politics, Mr. Nice Guy? I mean, we can. What do you want to talk about? Dun. Okay, that's interesting. Berkshire sold shares of Bank of New York Mellon. I don't care because I don't even know anything about that. Has been raising even more cash, and you won't believe the terms. Massive cash hoard of roughly $128 billion. They've been tapping into the overseas debt markets. They sold euro-denominated bonds, $1.1 billion. Because of the extremely low interest environment, they have a 0% coupon interest rate and mature in 2025. Damn. Then in early April, offered another $1.8 billion in bonds in Japan. His elephant gun. Okay, what is an elephant gun? Borrowing at 0% interest or close to it is a no-brainer. I hear a lot of people saying that. They're like, just take it. If it's free money, you just take it. Even if you don't know if you need it, because you never know if you might need it in the future. Why won't we need the Postal Service? Why won't we need the Postal Service? Who said we don't need the Postal Service? Hayden? Definitely not a mass. I don't think Hayden's here anymore. Definitely not a mass extinction event. What? I tried scrolling my screen to backtrack. Wait, what did you want to read? Fibonacci. You sent super arts. You want to go to this link. Want me to tweet it out? Here, I'll tweet it out. Where's the tweet button? Tweet. I would like to tweet this. Ah, damn it, NASDAQ. NASDAQ's like, we're old. We don't know how to tweet things. All right, let me find. Oh no, it's over here. It's over on this side. Boop, tweet. Wait, I don't want you guys to see my Twitter in case there's something weird on it. No, it's fine. All right. Can you even see that? No, you probably can't see it because it is on a pop-up. Continue. No. Oh God, I don't want to tweet it twice. Okay, we're here. We're back. All right. Yeah, so I just tweeted it out if you want to read it at your own pace. This is how I read lots of books. I read very quickly, and I skip all the stuff that I don't care about. Yeah, he's maybe finally planning to make a large purchase, which he's been wanting to do for years, but high valuation stood in the way. These aren't really that major. 10 stocks are better buys than Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, I don't care about these random people I've never heard of. Okay, so back to the NASDAQ homepage. All right, so you go to NASDAQ. All right, how do I understand. There we go. We are going to go to Royal Caribbean. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to go to financials. And here are the numbers that we want for our spreadsheet, which we're going to drag over here. Let me close some tabs so that I don't accidentally show them to y'all. like my calendar. And okay, I got all that. Cool. Cool. So first we're gonna pull the net profit, which is down a smidge. Wait, where is it? Oh, gross profit? Where's net profit? Oh, there it is. Net income. Applicable to common shareholders. These numbers match. Good. I like that. I don't like confusion. So we'll take this one and let's see what these numbers are in. These are in thousands. So it is not $1.8 million. It is $1.8 million thousand dollars, which is $1.8 billion. So we're going to add the zeros to the end. Vandalay Industries for what? Okay, I won't. Adios. Oh, does that count if it wasn't in English? Be honest. Are you pissed right now? You seem like you were pissed already, so what difference does it make? You were pissed when you made your username. So I'm just bringing these numbers from one screen to the other. My dad is a software developer, and I've been trying to get him to figure out a way to pull these numbers for me into the spreadsheet so I don't have to do it manually, but so far I'm on my own with that. Cramerica? What? I'm not looking at either of those. I'm looking at Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. I'm on Twitter? Yes, I have Twitter. Oh, Congress gutted USPS funding years ago, and now Trump will finish it. Trump cut funding USPS, the Postal Service, but why? Has been in trouble for years. This pandemic is only exposing how terrible it's run. I agree with that. I completely agree with that. All right. Revenue. Everyone likes to blame everything on Trump. When Obama was president, everyone blamed everything on him too. Nothing new under the sun. All right, so this is our gross revenue. And you can see that my spreadsheet does the math for us. We just plug the numbers in and it tells us what kind of increases or decreases we've seen from year to year to year. Nothing too amazing, if I do say so myself. I want these numbers to be 10% or more, but we'll keep going. Chris, hey, this broadcast is for you. I've talked about you a couple times in this broadcast. I was saying that I just found out, I should have known earlier than this, but I was just looking at my portfolio and I realized that I'm already at almost 20% of my portfolio in individual stocks, which means that I'm not going to buy any more individual stocks. So I'm going to run this last valuation on Royal Caribbean, as you and I talked about earlier, and I said I would do tonight. And then I'm probably not going to run valuations on individual stocks for a long time because I'm not in the market to buy them. And I would rather just like read books like this about investing so that when I am ready to buy, I'll be extra, extra ready. You dig? You dig? I think you dig. All right. Equity. $6 today. My Roth IRA went down 1% today. You dig? It's the apocalypse. I don't dig. I don't think it is the apocalypse. I think that people should be careful not to buy into too much fear-mongering. Trump appointed 2 commissioners. USPS didn't charge enough. Amazon drops many on them. Yeah, I mean, okay, there is no reason that I should be able to mail these I'm just gonna grab something small on my desk. These temporary tattoos. Why are these here? No one knows. I should not be able to mail these temporary tattoos to Chris in Wyoming for 50 cents. That makes no sense. That service, the service doesn't cost enough. It's basic. A business would never be run like that. It has to cost what it costs, right? You need a lot of humans and a lot of machines and a lot of processes and infrastructure to get this to where it needs to go. So it should cost more than 50 cents. That's the reality. So they'll probably just get bailed out by the government and increase the prices like they usually do. They're talking about opening back up. Bought a bunch at $23. We'll buy more when it goes back to the 20s. Are you talking about Royal Caribbean? Nice, PG. Pepsi, Tesla. Okay. Just wait till water's $20 a gallon. Why would water be $20 a gallon? Tesla killed it today. Tesla went up today? Nice. You think it's going to go back down? Well, yeah, I mean, things will always go up and down from day to day. All right, so 2016. Oh, forgot to put my screen back up. Here we go. Went up $100. What percentage was that? Hi, Matthew. Yeah, see, I'm still not loving these numbers, but I'm gonna finish it off because I said I would, and I am a completionist. Sometimes. Wait, where am I? Am I in cash flow? Yeah. Operating cash. And the more I do this, the faster I get, which makes me really happy when I can do something quickly and efficiently for a good friend and supporter. And I'm always curious. I like to learn stuff, even if I'm not in the market to buy. I'm curious where my valuation lands this against the actual price, because it is quite low. It hasn't been this low since about 2013. And that's 7 years of gains that vanished from them overnight. And that's a fun time to look at it, even if I cannot buy. I'm not in a position to buy, because I also want to buy a house, so I'm not investing right now. I'm investing my Roth IRA month to month as always, but it's near the lowest it ever has been. Don't buy on the way up. Everything will drop back down. You said that you bought a bunch at 23. When was that? You don't think that was on the way up? I mean, right now it wouldn't matter. I mean, even if it was on the way up, it's still, extremely low right now. You invest with your gut. Wait till elections when people are starving in the streets. That's why I own stock in PepsiCo and Frito-Lay. People are already receiving their stimulus money. It's 23 right now? No, it's 33 right now. 33, 37. Yeah, it hasn't been at 23, it looks like. 23 was right around here about a month ago. Okay, equity plus debt. I looked at the total charts already, Chris. You want to see them? Here's the max chart. So it was at this price in about 2013. All right, equity plus debt. Here we go. It's $1,200. What can anyone do after they pay rent with $200? Okay, let's chat, shall we? So if you are one of the 17 million people that have applied for unemployment, the stimulus package included, I believe, I could be slightly off with this, but generally, I think $600 per week increase into the unemployment amount that you receive. So let's say you are normally getting, let's say it's doubled, right? So the stimulus money, the $1,200, is not for rent. Actually, it's an economic stimulus money. It's really like blow me money. That's the intention. I wouldn't recommend doing that if you don't have a job and you're still waiting for your unemployment application to go through and everything. But it's not for paying rent. It's for people to buy things because they're not buying things right now. So it's a stimulus. It's intended to stimulate the economy, not just to pay bills. So the unemployment is supposed to pay bills and rent, but you might have to wait a long time to get approved for that. So I think that most people probably will pay it for their rent, but yeah. Don't buy things. Do what you want with your money. I'm not here to tell you what you do with your money. Okay. But I did just read a book called The Happiness Advantage, where they say that when you spend money, you actually do feel happier, but not when you buy things, when you buy experiences, which are very difficult to buy right now because you can't go to restaurants or on vacation or anything like that, or to like a concert, you know, which are experiences, things that you're paying for experiences. So just 2 cents. 2 cents out there. All right. You're so happy when you can see your rib cage? What do you mean when you can see your rib cage? Can't you just like look down and see it? Are you overweight normally? I'm confused. You're happy because you're losing weight? Is that what you're saying? Or are you like making more jokes about starvation or something? Are you a fear monger or what's up? Are you on a weight loss diet, or you're just like not eating for some reason? Because the grocery stores are all still open and they have plenty of food. So there's no reason they should be like starving right now. Unless you're like, maybe you're high risk and nobody's willing to get your groceries for you and you're not willing to risk going out and getting them and you like didn't have enough before. I don't know. I don't know what your deal is. But I can tell you that not everyone's in that boat. It's easy to project our experience onto other people. And when you watch too much of the news, you can definitely think everything is doom and gloom. Some of us don't have people to support us. Why do you think that is? Why do you think you don't have a support system? Support systems are linked with happiness and increased health outcomes. Actually, so I try to teach my stepsons the importance of social skills, because having a strong social and support network actually helps you to live longer. Hello, Papa! How are you doing, my friend? Do you like the numbers? Wait, why are you awake? Are you awake for the morning? For the day? Did you sleep yet? Hey. Because I'm an adult, I work for myself and $1,200 is nothing. You work for yourself, so you are not laid off. I'm very confused about you right now, but it seems like you're real angry about something. PG, thank you for the super hearts. Why can't I get this number? Are you mad at me because I'm still making money? That's not a growth mindset. Hi, Dad. Papa! Is that who you're talking to? Accounts receivable. Okay, accounts receivable. No, I don't qualify for unemployment. What business do you own? Was it a brick and mortar? Then you should qualify for small business loans. Why don't you qualify for unemployment? Because you're making too much money, or because you, I don't know, because you're still working? Like, I don't understand. I feel like everyone qualifies for unemployment right now. I probably qualify for it. I'm not applying for it, but I know some people think that that's dumb, that I should, just because, you know, quote unquote free money is free money, but I don't really want that. I feel like I'm very blessed to still have money coming in from all you amazing folks, and I do not need to abuse the system in a time of extreme pressure on the system, because I'm not, my cash flow, my income hasn't been affected negatively by this at all, so I don't feel like I should apply for unemployment. Like, I'm not, you know, needing that. You're essential. Nice. Congratulations, you positioned yourself very well for this situation. Right on. Wait, that's hang loose. What am I doing? Right? Rock on? No. There's probably no hand signal for this. I'm very awkward. You understand that food is going to skyrocket. Are you just like saying that? Or are you asking me? Are you asking me if I understand? What do you mean food is going to skyrocket? What kind of food? And why? And if it does, I'm prepared for that. I do not spend very much money at all, and I'm spending much less money now during this, which is great. Buy Clorox. Clorox is probably boosted right now. It's not a good idea. People always like, oh, let me just keep doing my thing. If you want to buy Clorox, buy Clorox. I will not be buying Clorox. I'm also not buying any stocks, so it doesn't really matter. Welcome back, Hayden. Troll Daddy was looking for you earlier, and then he left because he missed you. He told me not to say goodbye to him, and then I did, so he's mad. He flipped me off. Because farmers don't want to get sick. Truck drivers don't want to get sick. Who wants to get sick? What are you talking about? It's too much for me. Captain Chaos, what's too much for you? Clorox? Oh, Clorox is too much for you to buy? Wait, is Clorox publicly traded? Clorox is probably not just by itself. Clorox ticker. Yeah, Clorox Company. It's just Clorox Company. CLX, $185.47 will get you a share. Let's look at it. 5 days. 6 months. Year to date, 1 year. 5 years. People are so funny. People are really funny. They're just like, buy Clorox. I had to sell one of my kidneys for food. Grocery store workers don't want to get sick. Food will 10x easy. We'll see about that. Best penny stock was Co-Diagnostics. Went from $3 to $17 at the start of March. Cool. Roku. It's not the end of the world, guys. Went down now to like $10. That's still pretty good, up from, what did you say, $3? Yeah. Okay, income tax. I am bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. I am bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. I am. Why does their income tax say 0? What is this? Wait a minute. What kind of company is this? Oh, are they not American? I've never come across this yet. Is Royal Caribbean an American company? Incorporated in Liberia. They don't have to pay income tax? Why am I not incorporated in Liberia? If someone could donate 1 share of Berkshire Hathaway to me, I'd really appreciate it. It was like $100 grand. Dollars is down after this epidemic. It's a pandemic. It's global. And, okay. Dollar is down. Okay. Roku makes more money with increased viewing time versus Netflix, and Disney needs subscriptions. Why do they make more money? Through advertising revenue? No cruise line is in America. Really? Imaginext? I never knew that. I like your name, though, because Next is at the end of it. All right. All right. Where are we? We have no income tax. This is very weird. This is weird. That's very weird. Okay. Maintenance capital expenditures. Restaurants will stay closed. Some restaurants will close, yeah, for sure. Would you say this is a good or a bad time to start a small business? Doing what? Blissful and beautiful I am. Bountiful, blissful and beautiful I am. Tutoring and educational support. Online? How many people? Just one person? Let me ask this. How much money would it cost you to start that business? Online for now? And then eventually it would be face-to-face? How would you do that? Is it just for a specific school? Roku has an ad platform and skims kickbacks from Netflix and YouTube subscriptions. Skim kickbacks? I don't know what that is. What is that, Subtle? No, I need that money for canned food. why people would just continue to get sick. You just think people aren't gonna, like, people are just gonna stay in their houses forever to try to hide from the coronavirus. Oh my goodness. Wow, the media is like doing a really good job. A lot of people are doing a great job at their jobs, which is to get lots of views and to control the narrative. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Something like 500,000 people a year die from smoking cigarettes. So you don't see people staying in their house because they're afraid of secondhand smoke. All right, number of shares. We gotta go to MarketWatch for this. RCL shares outstanding. The reality is that most of us will be exposed to coronavirus at some point, just like most of us get exposed to the cold and the flu. And most of us will not die from it, okay? It's not the majority of people that get it that die. It's a small percentage of people that die when they get it. And the main reason that we're staying home right now is to help hospitals to prepare so that they are not inundated and not able to take care of the number of patients that they need. I have a friend who works in the ER, and he says that all of the patients that he's working with right now have COVID, that all of a sudden nobody needs to go to the emergency room or anything. So it kind of like, it shows a lot of the abuse of the system that people often use. But when they're afraid to catch this virus, they stay home. They don't get hurt. They're not out drunk driving and getting hurt as often. So I think that this is changing the whole way the world works. People are realizing that they can teach classes from home, they can take classes from home, they can work from home, you know, and how much more productive are we when we work remotely and we're not constantly interrupted by all the customers walking in and phones ringing and boss walking up to our desk and colleagues walking up to our desk. That happens in an office environment. So I think that we're going to see massive changes even in entertainment. We see TMZ and Saturday Night Live doing these Zoom-based shows. I feel like I've been very uniquely positioned in this. I've been doing this for 3 years straight every single day, and I just feel like I'm in the right place at the right time. How's my portfolio doing since the beginning of the year? My Twitter is up, I believe, from the beginning of the year. I'm not sure. I've owned Twitter since the end of 2017, so let's see. Twitter for year to date. Year to date. It's down for the year, but I didn't buy it I didn't buy it at this price. I bought it at $18, so it's still up quite significantly. Let's see, what is that? 18. It's up 67% from where I bought it at, so I'm happy with that. My total market index fund is down, however much the market is down. But I'm not too worried about that because it's in my Roth IRA, which I can't touch for 30 years. So I don't panic. I'm not a panicky type person. Start online and hopefully in September expand to face-to-face when school restarts. Why would you want to go face-to-face? Just out of curiosity. Roku gets ad revenue as people browse or watch free content. No, I get that, but what's the skim? What do you mean skim? I know what Roku is. You said skim. Oh, Roku gets a dollar amount per subscription added through their platform. Oh, so you can actually subscribe to Netflix through Roku? Interesting. Okay, that I didn't know. Thank you. I love learning new things. They should start a Tinder Zoom. You swipe in real time. What? That's rude. No. I think Tinder is uniquely positioned for this situation as well. People still eat carry-out, no different from restaurant in my opinion. It is different. People are eating out less. Me and my boyfriend are eating out less frequently. You know, we're not eating out at all, but we're ordering food less frequently than we were before. Because it's like part of going out to eat is like that experience of going out to eat, being in the restaurant, being around other people, chatting with the bartender, you know, getting your beer. It's like, I'm not going to spend $5 on a beer that I'm like bringing home, right? I'm going to get my beer at the grocery store instead and pay $1 a beer. So I'm saving a lot of money, which is great, you know. But my business is online. This is my business. I'm a live streamer. I already am a full-time student online as well. All my classes were already all online. So I was already, the main things I'm missing is going out to eat, going to the gym, and then flying, like actually traveling around. So not everyone is that lucky and blessed, and I understand that, and I feel super grateful. Probably a couple of grand. Elementary and middle school age. A couple of grand. So you said probably a couple of grand. That seems like, I don't know. You basically should have just said probably, I don't know. It's okay to not know things. I don't know how much it would start up. Figure that out and then figure out if you think that's a good idea to start that business. I can't see why not. I don't know how much you would be able to charge for that. Like my school, so I take online classes and I'm a college student, so it's probably different. But I already, like the tutoring is through the school. So the school has their own tutoring program and software that they use. So you'd want to like study what competition there is, how to get in, what it would take, you know, how much money you need to start it up, and then determine if it makes sense, if you think it's, you know, going to be successful. It's hard to get into an industry that already has a lot of competition that's been around for, you know, probably for tutoring. I mean, forever. Like, you know, I think that's probably a more difficult market to, you look for blue sky markets like live streaming. Like, this is why I do well. I'm not the most amazing entertainer and educator in the world, but because there wasn't a lot of people doing it, it was easier for me to get in and become a bigger deal than I probably should have been if more people had jumped on the boat at the same time. Speaking of cigarettes, Philip Morris pays high in dividends from what I've heard. Not gonna buy a tobacco company. How's your okay, I read that. Catching up. You're glad you bought shares of Netflix? When did you buy them, JSN? Zoom classes have been so bad. I hate how I look on Zoom. You hate how you look on Zoom as opposed to how you look other places? You can't focus because you're distracted by your own face? Cats and chaos. I totally know what you mean. That's like the first time that you're like, I mean, so before I started going live, I used to use Snapchat a lot. And Snapchat is a nice way to like dip your toe in to talking to a phone because they give you these really awesome filters that make you look flawless. It's like, oh, I don't have a single blemish on my face. I'm so perfect. And then you go live on Periscope and there's no filters and you're like, okay, that's my real face. But I had already kind of gotten comfortable with it. But just remember, no one cares what you look like as much as you do. It's not a dating site, right? It's a class. You're just on there to learn. Just focus on what you're there for. Who cares what you look like? But it can also, I feel like it also helps you to see like what you're presenting to the world. Like, do you have resting bitch face? You know, are you presentable? Does your hair look like, whoa, what's happening? You know, so you can kind of say, okay, well, maybe that's not the image I want to put out to the world on the day-to-day, because we don't see ourselves very often if we're not like a live streamer or something. So this gives us that opportunity to be like, okay, maybe I could do a little bit of improvements. Maybe you feel like you look more overweight, so maybe it motivates you to want to, you know, find the good in it. Probably sooner. I just took end of June because you gave me such a long stretch to November. Is that the only stock you own? Twitter. I have Twitter. I own VTI, which is a total market index fund. That's the majority. That's like 80% of my portfolio. And then I have TRX, GDXJ, MUX. I think those are the three. There might be one other one. They're gold mining stocks that my ex-husband invested me into. I teach now with Google Meet and want to find a way to help those who need more. So you're a teacher? So you teach right now. You're a teacher like with a university or what you said middle and you're an elementary and middle school teacher? I wish you were called in so we could get this conversation going quicker. McDonald's is a good stock. I wouldn't want to buy McDonald's either. I think online is tougher for kids who don't have the technology and special ed students. Yeah, of course. Special ed students? Why special ed students? Going out to eat is not having to cook. Yes. Face-to-face allows more hands-on learning. Not sure if it would benefit. I think it would be tricky to sell that. Just think there's a stock right now that's anywhere from 1 to 2, because you're limited to your like local radius. So you'd want to target like wealthy parents, I guess, who would be willing to pay that premium of you having to travel to go or pay someone else to try. I mean, it just seems like, whew, that's a lot. There's a stock right now that's anywhere from $1 to $2 that will one day be over $100. Probably. Fire sprinklers. That's what you want to invest in? Why expose yourself and your fam? To what? Why pretend the world is ending? I'm a hugger. Yeah, I miss hugging. 11% dividend and capitalizing on the downturn. Now I'm just ugly, very pale. Get some sunshine. It's really good for you. Really, really, really good for you. Awesome flu vaccine tech and starting COVID vaccine phase 1 in May. I would not invest in a vaccine company personally. I don't know enough about it. I don't want to own companies that I don't know anything about, you know? Okay, shares outstanding. Of course, Cher. Thank you for being here. I'm hungry. How long have I been live? Ooh, we have so much longer to go. Okay, it's okay. What time is it? Why do I feel so tired? It's already midnight. I have like a year. I have a year to broadcast. I have like a whole nother hour. And we're long overdue. This happens once in 100 years and we're long overdue. What happens once in 100 years? It earned me a house this year. Is it tuna time? Oh my god, why would you say tuna right now? Break out the Family Feud? Definitely not. I don't like hosting Family Feud. I don't know. I feel like you guys don't listen to me when I say that. You guys like it a lot. Me, not so much. Alright, so I'm looking at the shares outstanding. Nope. One more zero. Hi Lou, thank you for retweeting. I do fire sprinklers, just lagging. You were talking about markets that don't have a lot of people in them. Yeah, and that's probably a market with, I'm just repeating myself. You can tell I'm starting to get tired. That's probably a market with not a ton of competition, I wouldn't assume, and it's also probably pretty easy to find companies that need that. I do love Family Feud. I don't know if I'm buying anything. I don't know. If I'm buying anything, it's plastics. We're gonna need tons of body bags. Grape Crush, how much of a troll are you on a scale from 1 to 10? 212 million. And 216 million. So their number of shares has been decreasing. Alright, so that gives us a price of 111. I still look at like the free cash flow going down, 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 down. Wait, is it going down? Hang on. No, this is from the old Viacom numbers. I gotta increase it. This is not right. What did I do here? E8 plus E17. That does look right. What in the world? What in the heck? 10,000%? The fuck? Let me check these ones. 8 and 17. Oh, this one. There we go. Is that right? No. Wait. Maintenance capital expenditures? What is happening? Oh, maybe did I do too many zeros? One more zero? I'm gonna go check, but I'm just curious. That's still massive. Okay, let's go check. 2017 maintenance capital expenditures. Yeah, no, that is the right number. What in the heck? Look how much smaller it is. I didn't even notice that when I was putting that in. That is so strange. They were just like, we're not buying anything. Okay, well, okay, if you say so. And this was a significant drop. What the heck has this company been doing? Wait, no, this one is from a negative to a positive. Yeah, this is so volatile. I would never. Okay, so we have $8.95 for our earnings per share. Estimated growth 10%. Margin of safety price is $63.84. So there's a lot of reasons I wouldn't buy this stock, but based on price alone, it would be looking like a good buy. And just out of curiosity, for the payback time price, we have 691. Here, let me just copy this number. Paste special. Values only. And number of shares. It'll probably continue to decrease, but let's pretend like it doesn't. Yeah, see, based on that free cash flow, which was really crappy, that you would only want to pay $8 for this company, so take it or leave it. Earnings per share seems okay. Did I work in finance? No. Nope, I worked in medical equipment. Thank you, Butter. If I hit it big, I would just invest in something that pays the most in dividends. Why? Invest in nextjuice.com. You can't buy Nextjuice, though. It's not really an investment. It could be potentially an investment in your education and entertainment. That's what I'd like to think, but it's not like you're going to get money back out of it unless you take the things that I talk about and make money off of them, which is a potential possibility, but I can't guarantee that, so can't really call it an investment. Hi, Carlos. I am simulcasting, yeah. Buy Roku first thing in the morning, it will run. I'm not going to be buying anything, but I think he's just probably talking to the general people. We could slow it down, but wait till November when it doesn't evaporate. Evaporate? It's a virus. Viruses don't evaporate. It's going to be around now. It's like a new flu. Not trolling, but viruses don't just disappear. Agreed. Agreed. I don't think anyone is arguing pretty much anything that you're saying. Please check the video resolution. I know, YouTube. I know it's such crappy resolution, but that's what Periscope requires. Here's a penny stock for everyone to check. OPK. You're beautiful. He's a 10. Thank you. I found you and hung around you because of Family Feud 3 years ago. Well, then maybe you don't want me to do that because maybe another Ed is going to turn up. Okay. Earnings per share. Let's make it publicly traded. Stock symbol juice. No. No one gets out alive. That's for sure. What do I got for the morning? What do I have for the morning? What do you mean? I invest in stocks, but also buy physical silver because I like it. Yeah, I like physical metals as well. I was arguing with Grape Crush, but only because I prefer Orange Crush. Bite your tongue. You bite your tongue. When it's exhaled, it stays in the air, so when it's warmer, it will become less contagious. Why? Okay. So there's my Royal Caribbean valuation. Now, I want to kind of read this book. And I'm, like, really tired and I want tuna. You have a cold Bud Light for me? I want beer. Maybe we should just have, like, beer and tuna and just be like, yeah, we're eating after midnight now. Or not after midnight, but after dinner. How much time did I say I have left? Okay, hang on. Everybody hang on. Marijuana kills the coronavirus, light up. If I had some, maybe I would. Not live, though. Not live. Hi, Gary. It was Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. These were our numbers just for the past 4 years. So we came out with a 10 cap price of $111, a payback time price of $8, and a margin of safety price of $63, which goes to show the volatile nature of this stock. Oh wait, hang on. I'm not seeing comments. 2 hours and 28 minutes. Holy crap, that's a long time. That's another hour. Wow. Okay. Do I think schools should open up? I mean, it's hard for me to say because we're doing just fine homeschooling. So I don't really see the need for that. But if I was working like out somewhere full time and my partner was as well, that'd be really hard to have the schools closed. So I'd probably think differently. Wet, slippery babies. We're not playing Family Feud. Hi, Laura. Girls like shiny rocks. Who doesn't like shiny rocks? Great book. When is Next Juice Bourbon on sale? Oh, we're all sold out. Sorry. You bought all of it. You like my tuna mouth a lot? Is the book The Intelligent Investor? No, but I did read that. That's over on my bookshelf, actually. I think I did a review on it on YouTube. Who actually plays that keyboard? Sometimes my boyfriend. Sometimes. Look, my hair's falling out of my braid. I have a weird itch on my butt. I'm just gonna itch it aggressively. It's not really my butt. It's like my very upper thigh where it almost becomes my butt. Okay. I've itched it adequately now. I'm just gonna like tuck that back there. Off arms? What is that? Run out of toilet paper? Nope. No, it wasn't my butt. It wasn't my butt, okay? Alright, so the way I'm reading this book, because it's so massive and so dense, I'm not reading all the nitty-gritty details about his life growing up and all this stuff. So instead, I'm kind of skimming this book. Orphans. Okay. Charlie Munger Investment Partnership Results. Table 5 is the record of a friend of mine who is a Harvard Law graduate who set up a major law firm. I ran into him in about 1960 and told him the law was fine as a hobby, but he could do better. He set up a partnership quite the opposite of Walter's. Walter J. Schloss, another super investor profiled in the article. His portfolio was concentrated in very few securities, and therefore his record was much more volatile, but it was based on the same discount from value approach. He was willing to accept greater peaks and valleys of performance, and he happens to be a fellow whose whole psyche goes toward concentration, with the results shown. Incidentally, this record belongs to Charlie Munger, my partner for a long time in the operation of Berkshire Hathaway. When he ran his partnership, however, his portfolio holdings were almost completely different from mine and the other fellows mentioned earlier. So the average annual compounded rate is different for each of these. So there's 7 different funds, basically. And his highest one was the overall partnership, which was 19.8% returns. Because some of these years towards the end, 1962... What am I looking at? Oh, these are compound results. What? Like 1,000%. I wish I could show you guys this. This book is really heavy, though. I should go live from my phone to do this stuff, so that means I'll only be live on Periscope. Do you guys want to eat tuna, have a beer, and read this book with me? I think that would be fun. That'd be like old school Periscope days. That's what I'm looking at. Not really sure exactly what I am looking at, but that's what I'm looking at. Warren, why do you think Charlie built this enormous catamaran? Because any other boat, he manages to sink single-handedly. Okay. Hi, Fro. You love Buffett? Yeah, so this is actually about Charlie Munger, but Buffett is in here a lot. That'll now be Midnight's new profile. Oh no, what did I do? Buffalo Trace? Buffalo Trance. What did we talk about? Okay. Are you guys... Whoa, why am I so blurry? Oh, freaking Charlie Munger, why you gotta steal my spotlight like this? The stock should be like the Titanic. They're probably getting bailed out. Happy Easter, pet. Thank you, you too. Alright, where is the button I'm looking for? No, not this button. Hi, Jared. This is me blurry. You're not this drunk, I promise. Let me fix it. I gotta find my webcam here. Clicking, configuring video, camera control, focus. Hi, I'm clear again. You're drunk, but see how much clearer I am now? Do you feel less drunk? Christ, I would kill for some Buffalo Wild Wings. Grape Crush, I literally said that earlier to this very evening. I said, oh my god, I really want... Now you're high. I really want some Buffalo Wild Wings. And Ed looked at me like, right now? And I was like, no, not right now, but soon. No, really, we are that drunk. Well, do you want to learn about Charlie Munger and eat tuna and drink beer with me? You feel like a buffalo troll, yeah? Well done, all drumsticks. I'm out of the market when silver hits $50 an ounce. I'm retiring again. What comes after death? Damned if I know. Go to your phone if it's easier for you. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I love you guys. Big shout outs to all of these amazing, amazing people. I love them very much. And I love you guys. And I hope that you enjoyed this valuation of Royal Caribbean. So let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Give me a second here. Okay. 3 main takeaways from this video. Again, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I have no certifications, qualifications, and no damn right to be telling you what to do with your money, and I'm not doing that. These are the advice that I take for myself. And that's my space heater. One is that I invest primarily in total market index funds. The one that I invest in, there's really just one, is VTI, the Vanguard Total Market Index Fund, because the market outperforms individual investors 9 times out of 10. Second, I only buy stocks when I believe they're on sale. So I actually run valuations of the company. So rather than the news and copying other people, I look at the numbers on their reports, I put them into my handy-dandy spreadsheet that I developed using Phil Town and Danielle Town's strategies, and I look at the price that I think the company should sell for, that I think would be a reasonable price to expect a decent return, and then I only buy when it's below that price. I will not buy above that price. So total market index funds, I only buy stocks when they're on sale, and then I have up to between 10 and 20% maximum of my portfolio invested in independent stocks outside of the total market index funds. So 80 to 90% of my stocks are total market index funds, 10 to 20% are individual stocks, and those individual stocks that I buy when I do buy them, which is very rare, I will only buy when they are on sale, when they are below the price that I think would be a reasonable price for them, ideally about half off. So I hope that you enjoyed this broadcast today. I'll be back in just a little while to eat some snacks and have a drink and read this book, Poor Charlie's Almanac, where we'll continue to talk about investing and the amazing track record of this gentleman. Oh, wait. Someone asked me something. They said... Wait, what was the book that they said? Crap. Oh, The Intelligent Investor. It is not that book. I'm sorry. The book that I read about Charlie Munger was The Complete Investor. Is The Intelligent Investor Ben Graham? I don't think I've read that yet. I think it's actually on my Amazon wish list. So, sorry about that. By Hormel Inc. They make spam. I'm 30% ahead of the DJ and all other markets. Cool. That's awesome, Bob. If I don't make $1 million this year, it's your fault. Okay. Then I'm buying utilities. Warren Buffett is buying up water rights everywhere. Interesting. A lot of people know this year. I'm sorry, stimulus check. What comes? Oh, okay. All right. It's a great book. Good. Okay, so I'm going to go do that. Remember, these are the strategies that I use with my investing. You could do whatever the heck you want. You shouldn't listen to anything that I say because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I invest primarily in total market index funds, in particular VTI, Vanguard Total Market Index Fund. Between 10 to 20% maximum of my portfolio will be in independent stocks outside of that ETF or outside of the total market. And I only buy individual stocks when they are on sale, when I believe that their valuation is, when I believe that their value is higher than their price. So when I believe that they are on sale, preferably 50% off to build in a margin of safety, per Charlie Munger, whose book I'm going to read with you guys on my next broadcast in just a few minutes, only on Periscope. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you go over to my Twitter page or Periscope if you have the app and follow me there. Same username everywhere, NextJuice, NEXJuice, JUICE. I love talking with all my fellow money, finance, number nerds. Mwah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. And I hope to see you guys on the next juice. You love these videos? Good, Gary. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, the next one's going to be different. I don't work on Wall Street now. Don't panic. Everything will be fine. Good advice. Okay. Bye, Bob. Bye, Bobby. I'll be back in just a minute. This has been A Moment in Time with Taylor. I love you guys. Hope to see you on the next juice. What's the button I press? This one? Yeah. That's the button. Bye, guys.